Hi, Blake with Boulevard Home. Today, well, I'm a little amped up today. I'll be honest with you. I chipped the tooth first thing this morning, eating toast. Toast of all things, toast.
I done chipped my favorite tooth.
Anyhow, today we're going to talk about 7 useful things for your appliance that I really think is important that you should look for or should have in your appliance, unlike going to see a dentist first thing this morning. But that's another story. We're going to start with dishwashers. Now, dishwashers, with government mandates, we don't have heating elements in them for drying anymore. For the most part, they're an evaporative drying system, and we've talked about this in other videos before. But the things that are really important with these dishwashers, 2 things, is the automatic pop-open door. Now, that is game-changing in my opinion. So look for a dishwasher that has that feature. There are quite a few manufacturers that have that. Bosch has it, Samsung has it, LG has it. So look for those features because that is really important, in my opinion, to have in a dishwasher. And like I said, it'll make a big difference for everybody that always complains, my dishes are still wet when I take them out. Well, it will make a huge difference for you. The other big difference in a dishwasher is the third rack. I love my third rack. It is the best thing in the whole world having that third rack because it gets that utensil basket out of the dishwasher. You can lay out all of your silverware and cups and stuff in that third rack, and you can lay them out there spaced apart so they're not sitting against each other. So when you take out the spoons from your bottom rack and you've got jam between them and you pull them apart and there's still jam between you, like, my dishwasher's not cleaning. Well, that's because they're stuck together. Spoons, that spoon. So, but with that third rack, it keeps them separated. People say it's inconvenient to unload. My wife was that way. Love you, honey. But she was saying, this is so dumb. This is so inconvenient. I gotta spread everything apart and put all this, and I can just drop it in the rack. It's so much easier. After I taught her, well, let's just load all the knives at this part of the rack, load all the forks in this part, load all the spoons in this part. Now, when she goes to unload it, she just reaches her hand in there and basically scoops them up all in one hand. So there's all the forks, put them away. Scoops all the spoons up, puts them away. Scoops up all the knives, puts them away. She'll never go back to having a utensil rack. So that is also a game changer. It's something you should be looking for in every dishwasher you're even consider purchasing. It will make your life so much easier and so much better. Okay, now we're gonna talk about ovens. You know, there's a lot of new features with ovens. They have a lot of fancy features, but the 2 most important things that I think you should have in your oven, one would be convection. Now, convection is a game changer for people who love to cook. There is a little bit of a learning curve with convection, but it's fantastic. It changes the way it cooks. It allows more things to be cooked in the oven at once. So you can do multiple racks of cookies, you can do multiple racks of things. That's what the game changer is. When I say a little bit of a learning curve, what I mean by that is, as a general rule, you lower your temperature by 25 degrees and you cook it for 20% less time. Now, for cookies and stuff, not much. If you're doing roast for 2-3 hours, that's a lot of time. A lot of ovens have a convection convert, some do not, but with convection convert, all it's doing is lowering the temperature in the oven by 25 degrees. So it is very convenient, it's very helpful, and it speeds things along. So that's something that I think that most people should be wanting or looking for in their oven. The other thing in the oven that I think is really underutilized, and it should be in everybody's oven, and if you have it, shame on you for not using it. I go to many homes, ask for this device, and they pull out their owner's manual that's sealed for the last 3 years and say, what's this? Well, that's the temperature probe. If you have a temperature probe in your oven, they are the best thing you could ever have because you don't have to worry about what the temperature is. You can have your turkey, you have your ham, you have whatever you want out, you stick the temperature probe in it. There's a port in the side of the oven, you stick it in the port. When you stick it in the port on the oven display, it tells you the temperature of what you're cooking. So you can see, okay, I just stuck it in the oven, it's 35 degrees, 45 degrees, you know, coming out of the refrigerator. And then you can set it for the temperature you want to be done at and have you tell you when it's done. So you're not sitting there saying, is this done yet? Open the oven up, let the heat out, sticking the temperature probe in. Nope, it's not up temperature, let's close the door. Now the oven has to heat up again, and you do this over and over and over again. Why would you do that when you can just look at the display and say, oh, it's not done yet? And it's gonna save you a lot of time. So for your bonus tip are griddles. People that have griddles are fantastic. People love them. I love them personally, but I don't have one. I should have one, but I don't. So I am jealous of people that have griddles on their ranges because they're so convenient. Because right now, if I want to use my griddle, I have to go outside when it's either hot or really cold, because usually you want the griddle in the morning, make some pancakes, make some bacon. I'd rather stay inside where it's nice and warm. You have my little fuzzy slippers on and making pancakes. But that is one thing that if you have the ability and you have the space and you have the size of range, you can have a griddle on it. It's something that I would highly recommend and very useful. So now let's move on to microwaves. I'm gonna say, what's useful to have in a microwave? Well, there is something extremely useful in a microwave that most people either don't know they have, or they don't know it's available, or if they should get it or not. You have a standard microwave, and what a microwave does when it cooks is basically we're exciting the water molecules, and that's what's releasing all the steam. That's why your microwave gets all steamy inside and everything like that. That's why when you put your pizza in your microwave that you've had in the refrigerator and you pull it out after you've had it the day before, it was great and it was luscious and it was delicious, and the next day it's like shoe leather. That's because we're cooking all the water out of it. Let's not cook the water out of it. That's the main thing. Microwaves have what's called humidity sensors in them. And not all microwaves are equal, and not all microwaves have this humidity sensor. It monitors the amount of moisture coming out of your food that you put into the microwave. It will adjust the power of the magnetron and adjust how quickly it's cooking when it's reheating things or actually cooking things. Now, I personally had a microwave with humidity sensor. It broke. It wasn't worth my time to fix it, and I replaced it with a newer one. I thought, the humidity sensor, no big deal. I know how it works. It won't make that big of a difference. Big mistake on my part. I would give anything to have my humidity sensor back in my microwave. It changed the way it cooks. Things came out so much better. They weren't overcooked. They were better in all aspects, from reheating to cooking to whatever. It was fantastic because it's basically doing the job of the power button. Everybody's microwave has a power button. You're saying you want it on 10%, 20%, all the way up to 100%. That power button does the job, but you have to use it. So that is something that is underutilized in every microwave, is the power button. If you are cooking something, everything doesn't have to be cooked at 100%. It's not like you walk up to your stove, throw your pan on there, throw your eggs on there, and cook it on high, because you know your eggs are not going to turn out very well. You have an adjustment on that. Your knob's your adjustment. Well, on your microwave, the power button is your adjustment. But definitely look for the humidity sensors when you go to purchase your next microwave. If you have it, I'm jealous. If you don't, look for it next time. All right, now let's talk about washing machines. The automatic detergent dispensers, they're the best. That way you don't have to worry about, if you have a house full of kids and you're having them do their own laundry, it happens. My kids learned at a young age, and they're probably hating me for it, but anyhow, with an automatic dispenser, it will dispense the right amount of soap and the proper amount of soap into the washing machine based on what it's calling for. If not, you're gonna have, your kids throwing a couple pods in there, because the more pods you put in, the cleaner it gets, doesn't it? No. So all it does is add to the machine. Stuff doesn't rinse properly, and you have soap suds build up in your clothes and in the machine, and they smell and they stink. The best thing to look for in a washing machine, if you can get it, is those automatic dispensers, because they'll make your life convenient. You fill them up, you forget them, you close the drawer, and the machines will tell you when it's empty. That way, you're gonna save soap, your kids aren't going to oversuds them, and it's gonna save your machine, and it's gonna save you the headache of having to worry about all these things. So that's something I would definitely look for when you go to purchase your next washing machine. Refrigerators. Now, something that's extremely important in refrigerators that everybody should have if they have the opportunity to get it. Tip number 7 is the adjustable temperature drawer, or a convertible drawer. A lot of refrigerators that are 3-door, they have a 3rd drawer right beneath the refrigerator compartment that is an adjustable drawer. Now, that drawer, you can make it any temperature you want. You can set it for meats and for delis and for other things, but you can also make it a freezer. It gives you that flexibility. As the year progresses, you never know if you need more space in the refrigerator or you need more space in the freezer, because when you're not in the holiday times, not in October, November, December, 4th of July, times like that, you need more refrigerator space because you're having friends come over, you want more drinks, you want more things you can put in the refrigerator. So you make that drawer the same temperature refrigerator, or a little bit warmer or a little bit colder, but not so it's going to freeze necessarily. When it's the non-holidays and you need more freezer space because you went to the store and they had this great sale on pork shoulder or bacon or something, and you want to have that, you're saying, gosh, I don't have the space in my freezer for it. Well, make that drawer your freezer. People that love ice cream, your ice cream aficionados, ice cream. It has the soft serve in there, so you can get it, so you put the ice cream in there and it keeps it just the right temperature, so it's not too hard, so you're not digging it out, so you can just scoop it out real nice and put it in your bowl and put your chocolate on there. And for me, it's gotta have sprinkles. Sprinkles, we have a lot of debate about that. I love sprinkles. What can I say? I say that when I'm telling you I have a broken tooth today. But I still love my sprinkles. Don't take my sprinkles. Anyhow, that is a useful thing you should have in every refrigerator. So if you don't have it, and you're looking to buy a new refrigerator, I would highly recommend getting it, because it is something that is extremely useful with a refrigerator, flexible, and it will adjust to your lifestyle. So definitely check that out. But we have lots of other videos for you to watch. So please like and subscribe, and you can check out all these other videos, and we'll find out lots of interesting stuff you may or may not want to know, but at least you'll have that information, and information is power. So thanks for watching.